Hey VC, speaks Tower 1000. Come here to riff a bit here with you people on another installment of Revolutions number 8. I think if I've looked at my video manager properly, and I'll get right into it. Revolutions obviously is a series focusing on playlists, things that have been played and things of the like. At the moment I'm listening to Benjamin Biolay, La Superbe, which is his finest record really. Benjamin Biolay is a French singer-songwriter, kind of like a French Nick Drake, a French Nick Cave, sorry. That's the kind of, to give you a bit of a comparison. The music is very orchestral as well, kind of lush. Maybe if Nick Cave was a bit more Scott Walker-ish. I don't know. This is from 2009. It's a fantastic record, absolutely amazing. And what was I listening to today? What else? Earlier I pulled out this Talk record, which I don't think I pull out as often as I should, because I think it's really essential as a listening. The first side especially, with I don't believe in you, and life's what you make it, and just a really great record. The Color of Spring, and at the moment in Melbourne in Australia we're experiencing the color of autumn, and there is no better music for autumn than a band like Mazzy Star, which is what I was listening to this afternoon. This is Among My Swan, which is their third album. From what year is it? From 1996, which I have on CD. Obviously, Mazzy Star is a band that's fronted by the beautiful Hope Sandoval, whatever her name is. She's gorgeous. Well, at the time in the 90s, she was totally stunning. And since I'm on Mazzy Star, this band is cool. This is Howling Bells. They're a band from Sydney, Australia, and they make a music that's very close in style to Mazzy Star. They're like an Australian Mazzy Star of sorts. This is from 2006 on Liberation Music Australia. Howling Bells, that's the debut record, and the singer of that band is also gorgeous. I should stop talking about women. What else did I play? Earlier today I pulled out my copy of Moo. Moo is an American psychedelic band from the late 60s, early 70s. They're fronted by Merrill Fankhauser and Jeff Cotton. I think Merrill Fankhauser has got a YouTube channel, and I've seen some of his videos. I think he put a comment, because I did this series called Obscure Classics for a while, in the very early days of my being on YouTube. You can check, there's a playlist on my channel called Obscure Classics. You can have a look if you want. And I was just showcasing some really interesting records, and this one of them was Moo. I spoke about that at length, and it's fantastic. It's kind of like a mix between, say, Captain Beefheart's mutant blues guitar style and a kind of Birdsian, like birds-esque vocal harmony, or maybe it's kind of, you know, that kind of Crosby, Stills and Nash psychedelia kind of thing. Safe as milk meets deja vu. That's Moo. It's freaking fantastic too. It's just one of these records. It explodes your head just listening to it. And today I also played The Sound, which is an English band. I don't know exactly where they're from. I can't remember anyway. This record is from 1981. It's called From the Lion's Mouth. I think this is an original press, or at least an Australian original. Ringworn. A Sound, they're on Curva, the same label as Echo and the Bunnymen, and they share a similar sound, excuse the pun. But I think they're a little more interesting. I don't know, maybe it's because they haven't made as many records. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not shitting on Echo and the Bunnymen. Echo and the Bunnymen are a fantastic band, really. I have almost all of their records, but this is a great record. It's a bit Killing Joke-esque as well, if you will. I love they use the Daniel and the Lions painting, which is a biblical myth, obviously. Look it up; it's very interesting. I love mythology. I always did when I was a child. I used to read Greek mythology books, and still love. This is not Greek, obviously, but mythology. What else? A little crack rock to warm my heart. I played my copy of La Dusseldorf's self-titled solo debut record. Sorry, the solo. This one is a reissue on 4 Men with Beard, which is okay. It's fine. It will do. It's fine. La Dusseldorf, if you don't know, if you never come across this band, is a band which is a side project of the band Neu. And in Neu you had Klaus Dinger on drums and Michael Rother, Michael Rother on guitar. And then after Neu, Rother went and did Harmonia with Cluster, and Klaus Dinger went and did La Dusseldorf with the other guy. I don't know his name again. His brother Thomas Dinger, and Hans Lamper, and another couple of guys. Silver Cloud is on this. It's fantastic. Very motoric rhythms, you know, like really the beat, the Neu beat. What else? This is a fantastic record that I played this afternoon. It's an Australian journey it's a journey into the Australian psyche. You know, it's Yarrandu, Rob Tomsett. Rob Tomsett is a guitar player, and in 1975 he made this one record. It was privately pressed, 100 copies only, and it resurfaced thanks to the guys at Roundtable Records, which is a label that was run in Melbourne. I think now Roundtable is more or less split, and it's called, well, Dual Planet. If you got the Cybertron reissues, they're the same guys. They're just split basically. The hype sticker that says, you know, 40,000-year-old sound of antediluvian Aboriginal folklore. Can't speak, people. Channel through Mellotron, Moog, and Tape Delay. Yes, it's Australian jazz prog fusion, and there's only one problem with it: it's too short. But it is just fantastic record. It's an Australian record. On a completely unrelated note, yesterday I listened to Voodoo for a while, and I remember how much I love this record, this album. Um, and I should get a vinyl. Being light in the attic with this double vinyl reissue of it. I don't really mind having the CD. Um, Sometimes though the CD, for continuity, to listen to something in one go, it's kind of good, in that sense. I mean, sometimes you just want to hear the whole record in one go, which with vinyl you can't because you have to flip it. With this, I think it works well as a single piece. Obviously, there's great tracks. Africa is great, and what's the other great track on this? One More Gin, yes, One More Gin. It's fantastic. D'Angelo was a great artist, I think. The beat on this is, I think, Questlove from The Roots. Superb. What else? I played this VCLT from Christophe, Yves Simon, Raconte-toi again. Must have played this a zillion times since I got it. Really like this record a lot. It's a French record from 1975. It's just kind of beautiful. It's just like a folky acoustic record. Chris calls it soul folk, and not sure if I totally agree with the soul element. To me, it's more like a singer-songwriter record. It's a little soulful, yes, but it's a great record. I don't care what style it is. I love it. I love this record. It's brilliant. Raconte-toi, Yves Simon. Since we're talking about singer-songwriters, I decided to give a chance to this much maligned record. Now, actually, I like it, but it's one of these records that you really have to be in the mood to listen to, and I put it on, and I really got it. It really made sense to me that time. Death of a Ladies' Man by Leonard Cohen. It's a record that never really made sense to me, because I don't know if you know the backstory of this. I will tell you because I want to. It is a Phil Spector record, really. What happened was after Leonard Cohen made all these great records, which were really similar in style and sound. The songs of Leonard Cohen, very sparse. The songs of Love and Hate, songs from a Room, New Skin for the Old Ceremony. I mean, all these records are they're in the same ballpark. And then he got later in the 70s, he got to Phil Spector to do an album, and Phil Spector just brought his wall of sound and massive drums and Leonard Cohen's trying to sing like he can sing, like it's bizarre. You just listen to him, and he's just he just goes overboard. And actually, when I read the biography of Leonard Cohen, he was saying that he totally disowned this record because he hated it. And in fact, this is a damn good record. It's reminiscent of things like Sometime in New York City by John Lennon, which is also a Spector production. You can hear if you like Imagine or all the Lennon Spector productions. It's almost like a Serge Gainsbourg meets Lennon produced by Spector. I like this. I dig it, and now I totally get it. I don't know why it took me so long, but this morning I played Andorra by Caribou, my favorite Caribou record. If you're not into Caribou, you need to get on it. It's Manitoba. Well, Dan Snaith, he's a Canadian genius, and he was known as Manitoba. He made 2 albums under the name Manitoba, chiefly Up in Flames, which is a magnificent kind of shoegaze meet electro jazz. If you're into My Bloody Valentine and Flying Lotus, you could see where those 2 influences would collide in that record. I mean, I'll rephrase. I don't think Dance Nath was influenced by those two records. I think the sounds that you hear could be related to those. Caribou, Andorra, this is fantastic. A swirling sort of neo-psychedelic electronic pop tunes. The first two songs, Melody Day and Sandy, are to die for. They're brilliant. Last night I chilled out to Mezzanine. Again, this brooding sort of cancel house hip hop, electronic madness. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, with the vocals of Liz Fraser from the Cocteau Twins on Teardrop, but no, everybody knows Teardrop, but I mean Man Next Door and Angel, Rising Sun, Black Milk, Inertia Creeps. This record, the classic from back to front, there's not a bad moment on it. It's almost like it's the Sgt. Peppers of trip hop, 1998. Also the first Massive Attack I've ever heard. That was my entry point into Massive Attack at the time. I listened to love Arto Lindsay. Sorry, I've got quite a number of his albums. And yesterday I put on Salt, which is an album from 2004, a bit torn. It's a great little package. It's a custom-made kind of CD case and stuff, like he does for most. Arto Lindsay was the leader of DNA, the no-wave band produced by Brian Eno. If you've got the New York No Wave compilation, that's one of the bands. And then he went on to make a lot of Brazilian flavored records because he lived in Brazil for a number of years. And this is no exception. It's a great kind of Brazilian music meets post-punk, really well sort of mashed up. It's brilliant. It's excellent. Alright, hang on. Let me move a couple of things because otherwise all my records are going to fall. I've got still a bit of a pile. It's okay, I can talk. This morning I listened to Julie Tippett's Sunset Glow. Fantastic. Often referred as the female rock bottom. Julie Tippett was called Julie Driscoll before she married Keith Tippett. There's an extra S there for no reason. This is kind of a jazzy soul, almost you could call it progressive soul, if that makes sense. It's kind of, it's got a very delicate jazzy background, very rock bottom-esque, yes. And then there's a soulful vocals. I mean, if you've ever heard Brian Auger and Trinity, I mean, you know what Julie Driscoll sounds like. This is from 1979. And it is a masterpiece, really. It's a fantastic record, start to finish. And talking about a soul record, hello Andrew, what's your name on YouTube? Champ Sound. Thank you very much for the inspiration. You were doing a Soul Sisters video, and I can't say that I've got many of those records. I have a lot of soul. I have a lot of funk. I don't show them at the moment, but I do have a lot of these things. I should vibe with you, but and this is my bit of vibing with you. You were showing a Tapestry by Carole King, and I have to say I love the first side of this record. Feel the Earth Move, So Far Away, It's Too Late, Home Again, Beautiful. All those songs are just superb, magnificent, and this was $1 in an op shop somewhere, and I still have it because I like this record. I've kept it, and I don't care what people say because it's a fantastic record. I've been listening to this a bit, and I wouldn't have pulled it out if it wasn't for you, Andrew. So thank you. and I hope that we next time there's a maybe next time there's a warehouse sale in Carlton, we can go and have a dig because that'd be cool. Because I like your videos and like your style. I hope you watched this. Last week I was lucky enough to receive a whole bunch of packages from, well, 2 packages from Kevin, Dr. Strange, and also Mike, Boston, and Reggie. And I'd like to talk about those records because I think they was very, very generous. Kevin sent me this Half Cousin Dairy Fire EP, which is, I don't know how to describe this. It's got electronic textures. It's indie electronic music, maybe what you would call it. So I don't think it's classified as IDM or EDM or whatever. It's more kind of indie electronic in the sort of kind of as a Boards of Canada-esque texture, but more it's more a singer-songwriter bass kind of music. This is great. Thank you very much. And you say that you live in the house previously owned by this guy here, the guy who does this. So thanks. That's very cool. But if I must say, Kevin, the thing that I love the most about everything you sent me is this. This is fantastic. I love this for many reasons. Number one, because it is from where you come from, Orkney, which I had no idea about, and I actually looked it up. I actually sat down and looked up Orkney on Google Maps, and I looked at where you come from, where you live. It looks beautiful, man. It just looks just sublime, like really far away and lost, and it's so romantic. It's and I looked up Orkney, and then I listened to this, and I have to say, it's got a beautiful Baroque pop sort of feel. Sometimes the instrumentation is reminiscent of things like Sigur Rós, for example. It's just the background, not the sing, and the singing is very Bell and Sebastian, kind of Tindersticks esque. It's a fantastic mix of style, and I read about Betty Corrigal, which is you can see the gravestone inside there. I did. Thank you for pointing that out, because I had no idea. There's a story about this poor girl who is buried in that gravestone that you can see. It's a white gravestone there, and her name was Betty Corrigal. And it's very. Thank you for this. I really like this. It's a really nice artifact, like from where you come from. And you also sent me this Camera Obscura record, which is very, very nice. Which again has the same. Kind of. I hear the same kind of sort of pedigree as the Orkney Symphony of the Magnetic North. And I knew Camera Obscura beforehand, so I kind of knew what to expect. It's a very, very nice, it's a lovely record, and I didn't have any Camera Obscura in my collection, so thank you very much. You got me started. I might pick up some more of their records, but I do really like this. But as I said, the Magnetic North, I must have played it about 6 times so far, really. I mean, it's that good. And then Bostonian Reggie sent me some really great records too. I mean, Mad Music was that's a brilliant record. It's sort of world ambient meets cosmic electronic music. That's kind of what you get from this. Nothing is known about this record, but I think it's better that you don't know anything about it. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful piece of music. Mad Music. I really, really like it. two records that totally blew me away. I mean, Mad Music was great. Don't get me wrong, I really like it. But this is fucking fantastic. Gold Cosmos. This is a record collector's wet dream, this thing. I mean, really. Hand painted, hand sprayed sleeve. Hand glued middle kind of bit there. 500 copies only. That, when I opened the package, I didn't really realize what I had in my hands because, you know, you can't know every record, and I don't pretend that I do. But then I read the credits and I saw that there's PG6, who I have albums by, is a folk, sort of a freak folk kind of singer, guitar player. And there's also Ben Chesney from Six Organs of Admittance. And the music there is very much that. It's kind of like a Six Organs of Admittance PG6 combo, which by two artists that I have deep affection for. This is one of the most amazing kind of buried treasures. I didn't know anything about this record, and I thank you very much for it. It's just, I loved it. I absolutely love it. It's just beautiful. And this is awesome. I mean, this is so good. This has got this kind of Teardrop Explodes, Killing Joke, Joy Division-esque energy. You know, like it's kind of, you can't believe how vital the music on this is. It's just fantastic. Yeah, the first band that came to mind was the Teardrop Explodes for some reason when I first listened to this. Very engaging, enthralling, post-punk, just really, really, really cool. Very, you know, just instantly likable. And speaking of the Teardrop Explodes, I was playing it actually yesterday. Kilimanjaro. Oh. The first side of this is the best first side of any record. Seriously, I mean, it's not funny. It's just those songs. This first 6 songs. Oh, it's almost like they're getting better and better. The first song is good. The second song is better. The third song is a masterpiece, and it then goes on and on. It's like a crescendo. You get your poppies in the field. You just go, wow. It can't get any better. So the side finishes. Kilimanjaro. June Cope from Liverpool. Teardrop Explodes. Oh, and I forgot this that you sent me, Mike. Oh, this is great too. Again, a really lovely post-punk. It's kind of a mixed bag, you know. The songs don't seem to kind of belong with each other. It's because they're two different bands, I think. I mean, Sirens, The Need, and 1926, David. Like, I don't really understand. Is it two different bands? I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I like the music on this. I really like it. It's post-punk, really. It's new wave post-punk from Boston. It sounds great, but are these two different bands? I don't know. I'm not sure. I've got no idea. And finally, a couple of more records. I'll go to 30 minutes. There you go. 28. I'll go to 30. Who cares? Do you remember when Strata East reissues were all the rage? That's what I said to a friend yesterday. Do you remember Sam Sanders? We all bought these records. Sam Sanders and other things that were reissued by. This is a great record. And to call this jazz is a total travesty. This is a soul record. I mean, really, it is a soul, maybe a soul jazz record. It's fabulous. I mean, it's a great record, but it bears more resemblance to Stevie Wonder than say Pharoah Sanders, and you know, it's great. And finishing off, what did I play as well? Oh yeah, this is great. The Bowerbirds. I did this for my Gimme 10 for 2007. A great record from North Carolina. Folk record. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop here. I hope you enjoyed the ride, and leave me some comments, people. That's what we're here for.